What is up? So this past weekend I played MITSURUGI. I played at the pre-release, played it at two pre-releases. Yesterday I went 7-0 with it. Our pre-release was seven rounds long. So I just wanted to give you guys the deck, tell you kind of how I feel about the deck, and share my thoughts. I like it. I played Pure. I like it a lot. At our pre-release, we had Pure playing, we had YuGiOh playing, we had like some other variants, and I mean, obviously, my variant won. We also had the new Malice deck playing there. We had the new Regenesis deck playing there. So it was new meta. It was a lot of stuff going on. I think the deck is really good. I think it's more of a low to the ground deck currently in its like current form. There maybe is a world where it gets a higher ceiling. The YuGiOh variant definitely has a higher ceiling than the Pure. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts. Before I get into the deck, I want to say this weekend we're going to Rhode Island. We will be at YCS Providence. Myself, Tavion, Logan, Isaiah, some other of us, a bunch of the team. And the first person to come up to me there that watched this video and ask is going to get a free shirt. So I'll probably have large and extra large. So if you wear one of those, come up, get you a free shirt. Only the first person, but I'll catch you all there, and let's get into the deck. We'll do the main deck first. So the cool thing about this deck and what makes it good now is this first card. Ame no Habakiri is one of the best ritual monsters that's come out in a long time. An utility that stays in your hand so you can ritual with it, and then when you ritual with it, searches, is insane. Card is really good. It opens up a lot of consistency for the deck and just a lot of different lines that it did not have before, which makes it function and just makes it a lot better. So first, we're going to have that. Then just one of each of the rituals. Some people, I think, are not playing this one. This is the one that summons back from grave. It helps insulate against nib a lot, so you won't tribute it on your turn. You'll just wait. And then if you get nibbed, you can summon it back and then start summoning back from your grave when your opponent plays on their turn. So it helps insulate a lot against nib. And even though they do get effects when they're tributed, a lot of times you will have already used the effects, so you can't use them a second time if you get nibbed. So that card I think is important. And in my heart, I want to play two of this card, but I just don't think it's necessary, and I don't think there's room. So, second, we have these bad boys. This is the new card, one of the new cards. It searches a monster, so it's just another one-card starter, and the deck doesn't really need normal summons, so it is very good. Now, we used to play multiple of these of Saji. So Saji is now one of. Saji is just not that good to draw. You want to special summon it. And then one of this, which is the recursion card. It is definitely necessary to add back from grave or banished. It's just, definitely a necessary card. I was playing a Night Sword Serpent. This is Pure, and nobody's really playing this in Pure, but I thought it would be a cool idea to play it in Pure. And it opens up lines to where you can link summon, set up like an IP into SP, or make an Xyz and search, or do something on your turn that you wouldn't normally be able to do. The downside is it adds another brick to your deck, but it is a reptile, so it has synergy with other cards that you might have in your hand if you draw it. And you don't necessarily need a normal summon, so at worst case, you can normal summon it. I'm not sold on this card. I'm not sure if it's going to be good. It probably will be coming out of my deck, but there is a chance that I do play it. Now we have the non-engine, which is 3 nib, 3 Fool Us. Card's really, really good. And then 3 Ash. So something cool about this deck is Fool Us is really bad into this deck, I feel. You can guarantee to get one draw normally, but if you get Fool Lost and they don't chain it to the activation of something that summons from deck, it's really like bad. You just don't give them any draws, basically. They have to have another hand trap with it to get any draws, and it's just like trading that for one draw feels kind of bad, especially when you don't put any pressure on the deck. It puts no pressure on this deck at all. So yeah, 3 Ash, and then I'm playing 2 Bell. So Bell is good. I think it's good against pretty much everything right now. It's good against this deck. It's good against Malice. It even can hit YuGiOh. It's just good, a good card, and it's not as good as the other cards, other non-engine probably, but it is a really good card, and I like it. I will need to be cutting some cards out of this to play other non-engine. I was not playing Impulse this weekend, and Impulse is a very good card that you can play in this deck. So I'll definitely be cutting something, maybe that, who knows, for Impulses this weekend. So we have 3 Mitsurugi Ritual, 3 Mitsurugi Prayers, 1 of the new Mitsurugi spell, which is Mitsurugi Mirror. This one's really good. It opens up the door to pre-preparation of rites because it lists all of their names. And it also recycles itself from grave. So pre-preparation, you can always search from deck. And of course you can add from grave as well. But you can always search this. It's always recurable. And it can ritual summon from grave, which is really cool. Next, we have 3 pre-preparation of rites. I think Impure, it's just necessary. The card's insane. It's a 1-card starter. And this is even a better 1-card starter because it searches 2 pieces, which is really cool. And you can do more when you have Mirror in your hand than when you can't, when you don't. 3 Extrav. I think this is a big reason to play this deck. I think Impulse and Extrav are 2 huge reasons to play this deck. Drawing 2 extra cards is really good. And yes, it plays into draw more, but everything in your deck plays into draw. If you get drawed, there's very little that you're going to be able to do regardless. So I don't think that it's a big deal to put 3 more cards to play into draw into your deck. It really doesn't matter that much. But to play through boards by drawing, drawing to an Imperm or drawing to something that can help you break through a board, or to draw extra hand traps or extra engine going first, I just think the card is really good. And the extra deck doesn't matter that much in this deck at all, so the card's just a no-brainer to me. 1 Talents, 1 Cross-Out Designator, 1 Called by the Grave. Then we have 3 Infinite Impermanents, and 1 of the Trap, Great Purification. So I think Impure, this is very necessary. I think that the turn 1 board is not always enough, but I think if you have this to insulate it, it's really good. And something too against Malice is just activating this on their first, like on their normal summon, sending it to grave, killing it, is better than you might think. It really is. Sure, they can have hair to banish it out of grave, but the deck just does so much now that you can play through that, stop their normal summon, stop that effect, and then wipe their field, for example, when they summon hair and summon back. And it just basically ends the turn. It's really, really good. So there is the main deck. There are definitely changes that I would want to do to the main deck. I want to put impulses in here. There's other things that I'd probably change. But it did perform well this weekend, and this was just a trial run for the deck, basically. I'm not even sold necessarily 100% on the deck for Rhode Island, but I think that it is a contender, which is why I want to share it with you guys if you're planning on going to Rhode Island, just so you kind of have an idea of what the deck looks like and how it's doing right now. So next we have the extra deck. This is going to be very variant, right? You can play a lot of Ultimate Slayer targets. You can play Metaltronus targets. You can just play, whatever, right? Literally whatever. And this will definitely change, but I was just throwing stuff in that I thought might be useful, just to see if I ever made it. A lot of stuff I did not make, some stuff I did. And yeah, it was definitely a learning experience as far as the extra deck goes, but a lot of the times it just did not matter. And with Extravagance, that's good that it doesn't matter. This was one of my most, interesting. This was one of my most played extra deck cards for sure. So summon back the Night Sword Serpent. You have an extra body on field. Make this go into SP on your opponent's turn for an extra interaction. And against Malice, like twice, I played. I made this. Boom. They summoned. They would go I think one time he had to start with Field Spell. He goes Field Spell, banish, I believe Dormouse, summon Dormouse, and then I IP into SP, banish Dormouse, and he can't summon it back, which is really cool. So this is useful right now, and it's an extra interaction in this deck. Extra 2 interactions, I guess, if you're going into SP, which is really cool. So we have these 2 cards, IP, SP, and then we have a Dynamundo. It's a ritual deck, so Dynamundo, it's kind of an SP, and it can help recur out of grave, so that's definitely an option. I did not make this at all, but there was a point, or I did make it one time, and it got Solemn Striked, so yep, that's how that goes. We have 1 dark, so they're all dark in the mirror match. Just take your opponent's Ame, nuke the field. Very good. This is a card I never played, but I thought, hey, they're level 7 or higher. Definitely might come up. Did not come up. We have 1 Selene. The only spellcaster I play is Droll, played in the side, but since it's such a wide open extra deck, I played this just in case. It did not come up. It came up a few times where I wanted to make it, but didn't have Droll in my grave, but that's neither here nor there. Next we have Access Code Talker. Then we have some rank 4s. I played Exciton. Exciton did come up, so I wiped the field. It felt really good. And you have the space, so I definitely recommend an Exciton in there. I did make this a couple of times. It's just like depending on what you play against. But if you know that your opponent's playing a lot of cards that target, just setting up your field with all your rituals and then slapping this down is kind of good against certain matchups. Gallon Granite, Search Nib, boom. And sometimes that's what you need, man. Search Nib, and then you can nib on your opponent's turn and then summon all your stuff back, get their effects, and end your opponent's turn. It's just really, really good. And then we have Dagaris, King of the Pharaoh Lamps. I probably won't play this. There's just no point. It's good in YuGiOh, but in this, if you're getting to the point where you can make King of the Pharaoh Lamps, you already have all the reptile monsters you need. Like there's pretty much no scenario, at least that I can think of or that I have experienced, where you're not going to have reptile monsters if you're getting to King of the Pharaoh Lamps. And then we have this. Probably not going to play twins either. It's just not necessary. We got Typhon. Typhon's good. And we have Chaos Angel. So Typhon, nobody made Typhon against me yesterday. Somebody made it, and I said, I haven't summoned from the extra deck this entire match. And he was just like, huh, you're right. So this deck is Typhon proof, basically. And then Chaos Angel, I'll show you how I make it. It should be pretty obvious, I think. It's in the side deck. But main deck-wise, we're not going to be making it unless we, like, dark something out of my opponent's grave. Now, onto the side deck. And then after the deck, I'll tell you guys what my matchups were and how that went. 3 Lancia, mandatory. 3 Droll, also mandatory. This is the same thing as Lancia now. Lancia is for Malice. This is for Mitsurugi. Boom. This is how we're making Chaos Angel. It's not going to be light dark. It's going to be dark, but 1, 1, and 1. And something cool about Baldrake is Baldrake it tributes to activate its effect. So you can have it on field, tribute your monster, get its effect. So that's really cool. And there was one match yesterday, I drew no engine, and I just killed with Bestials. Like I drew a Magnamut and just killed. It took 2 turns, but it happened. It worked. So this guy, this is kind of a controversial card right now. I like it. I'm not sure if it will be played. I'm not sure if I will play it. But there is an instance that I played this weekend that it actually came up. I was playing against Blue Eyes. He had a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon on the field. And I searched this, tributed over the Jet Dragon, and just killed him. And something about this is it comes to your field, not your opponent's field. So people are calling it a kaiju, but it's better than that because it comes to your field. So you tribute a reptile out of your hand or field, and then a monster off their field and summon it. Very good. And then when it's sent to grave, it can discard to recur itself. So very cool. I do like the card. I don't know how good the card is going to be. So we have 1 Lightning Storm or 1 Feather Duster and 2 Lightning Storms. For Blue Eyes, back row decks, I put it against like Ryzel and stuff like that. Very good. I've even been putting it in against Malice. And even if it doesn't deal with like a lot, it deals with a couple of their interactions and then forces them to use others, like shotgun others, which does clear a lot of the stuff. And then 2 Solemn Judgment. This card is good. I am just scared of big board breakers. I'm scared that my opponent's just going to boom, evenly match me. And then, I still have a couple of interactions, but why not just Solemn Judgment them? You know what I mean? So this did win me a couple of games yesterday. It's a good card. I still think Judgment's still my favorite Solemn, especially right now. So I did want to go over my matchups. My matchups yesterday were 2 RYuGiOh Mitsurugi, 2 Malice with hair, with adding this for all the new stuff Malice, 1 Malice from before the new set, and then we had 1 Tempai Dragon and 1 what did I say earlier? The other new deck that people are playing with Kashtira. I can't think of it right now. I said it earlier. But it was good. Their trap card is really good. It summons everything back from grave, and everything recurs itself when it's sent to grave at the end of the turn. So I think the deck is pretty cool. It's just not probably there right now, so it probably won't be as prevalent at the YCS. Comment what that is in the description. For some reason, I cannot think of the name. But thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you like the deck list, and like I said, there will be some changes. X deck changes for sure. Impulse will be in my list for sure. There will be main deck changes. And yeah, tell me what your favorite list is. This, YuGiOh, throw in some engravers in your deck. Just whatever variant you're playing, let me know. And let me know if you think this is going to be a good deck for the YCS. I know people are like kind of have thought Malice is going to be the best deck in the game, uncontested, for a long time after this new set. But I think this like really puts some pressure on Malice. So yeah, give me your thoughts in the description or in the comments. And like I said, catch me there. If you're the first person, you will get a free shirt. And good luck at the YCS. Good luck at the regional if you're going to the regional that same day. And we'll see you in the next one.